Good day, everyone. James Hicks here from Hicks New Media. Welcome to another episode of Perspectives in Focus, where we highlight people, industries, and the technology making positive strides within society. Today's conversation is going to be focused on you. Right? It's a tumultuous time that we live in, and for a number of reasons, and we can't forget self-care. We can't forget to take care of ourselves, and we can't forget that that really matters and that really resonates. My guest today is Sylvia Reiser. She is studied in kinesiology. She's studied in exercise science at the University of Houston. So, shouts out to Shasta the Cougar. She didn't know. I probably didn't know I did my research on the University of Houston there, so I know about the mascot too. Um, she knows about mechanics of the body, right? She knows about movement and the hygienic and therapeutic properties of exercise. So without further ado, Sylvia, how you doing?
I'm great.
You all
Wonderful.
right?
Happy Monday.
Good deal, good deal. I wanted to do that intro and say a little bit about you, what you are studied in, what you know of movement of the body and things of that nature. And wanted to set that context in terms of, again, we can forget to take care of ourselves, especially when things are going on around us that may be prohibitive. But let you do kind of that high level, I guess I'm gonna call it the elevator pitch of who you are and where you are right now. So I think kind of that origin story always matters coming from the person directly.
Thank you. I appreciate you having me on, James. Um, Again, Cyvia Reiser. I am born and bred in Texas. Whoop. And I went to the University of Houston. My background is exercise, physiology. It's always been an interest to me ever since I was 18 years old. So been working out for many, many years. I won't say how old I am. And I try to stay on top of what's going on in the industry, um, and do my own workout. And over the years, how that's changed and progressed, and have the experience between being 18 years old to, I will say I'm in my 50s. So I have a little bit of experience in what happens. And speaking of, I'm still following the Arnold just happened this past week, and so I
Yes.
was watching what was going on over there in Ohio.
I love that. I love that. Yeah, and I won't ask you to divulge any birth years or anything of that nature. I will be respectful of that. But let's talk a little bit about the idea of fostering movement, and I guess from your perspective, why it's important, right? 'Cause a lot of times we'll hear folks talk about, yeah, they go to the gym and train or they exercise and they do something when they go there. To an extent, that's good, right? But
Mhm.
kind of we were talking about before we went live as well, doing things the right way and being not just respectful of the equipment, but just again knowing how to properly move the body. Talk to me a little bit about, again, from your perspective, the idea of fostering movement and moving the right way to be healthy amongst ourselves.
I think I come at it as an educator,
Mm,
right? I'm in sales. I come in as an educator in training someone. I'm going to speak as if someone's new coming into this, and you start slowly, right? And find your focus. There you are. See your focus
I
behind
love
you.
it. I
Find your
love it.
focus in what you want to do, right? When you go to a gym, there's two avenues that you can take, and I like both. One is your weight bearing exercises. One is cardio.
Right.
And I believe that both are absolute importance to your body. And you can get into the details about, oh, which one do I do first? What do I do? How many do I do? Just depends on your experience level, depends on what you want to achieve.
Yeah.
But it's getting in there and asking someone, how do I get started? Start on a treadmill. You don't need to know how to do that. You just get it started and
Just
do
start walking,
something.
right?
Do something for your heart, but also do something for your muscles. And they're both important.
I like that, and the idea of getting in there, doing something, having some movement. Uh, I need to do more cardio myself as well, so I'll be like, I'll point one finger out and have three fingers pointing back at me. But See, it's all of us, right? But I always talk to folks about the difference between. You'll see a lot of guys, they're going and they'll do more powerlifting movements as opposed to training to be an athlete. And I try to focus on training to be athletic, meaning more compound movements as opposed to just working on specific ancillary machines. Just instead of focusing on back and buys or something one day, my
Yes.
idea is to make sure that I'm standing, I'm moving, I'm helping build the core, things like that. So, I guess give me your idea about mixing it up. I have a concept of muscle confusion. So I won't go in there and do the same thing every single day. I'll mix it up and do like a full body session all the time. But your idea, what's a typical week look out for you? Push, pull, those types of things in terms of keeping yourself in shape and fit.
Again, I'm in my 50s, right?
I'm
And
right there with you now. I'm right there with you.
I'm still old school. In the back of my mind, I'm old school, and I will go in and do back and buys, chest and tries, and legs is a full day. And I usually try to do, some leg on one day, and then I focus on hamstring, then glutes another day, right? But at this stage, like I said, everyone comes in with a purpose and what their goal is, where they want to be. Mine is, I know I need more cardio. I need to lose that extra weight during COVID. And then you bring in the compound movements. You do bring in, I might do the step, right? The step and do biceps, the step and do some kickbacks with my leg. You want to incorporate some heart rate inducing compound movements depending on your focus. So know what you're going in there for.
Right.
And then make sure you're working out to fit that. So the guys that are going in and doing the high weight,
trying to show off to no one, especially right. No one's paying attention, but they're still trying to go in there and show off and do that.
Yeah, they're probably younger. They don't have any heart issues. That's fine. They're trying to bulk up, do a lot of weight, lower reps. And then at the very end, they'll probably do just a few minutes of cardio just to shed a little bit of water. So it's defined, right?
Now you're giving away all the secrets, right? Back when I was playing sports, right? That's what we did. Just focus on a couple of things and then fine tune, right? Just fine tune.
But everyone has their bottle of water, dang it.
or a gallon of water. Let's talk about that. The proper and the need for proper hydration. Right. I mean, again, we'll see a lot of folks, and for a while, I would say I was pointing at myself as well. But I'm gonna say supplementation and drinking a lot and using pre-workouts or drinking BCAAs, using all these other additives, things, however healthy you may think that they are, whatever, as opposed to what's really important and understanding the importance of proper hydration, which is good old-fashioned water.
Water. That's it. It's just water, and basically drink half your body weight in water every day, which is difficult. I know a lot of people say, oh, I don't drink so much water. If they really measured it out, just like their calories, oh, I don't eat that much. Yes, you do. Monitor how much did you really drink,
oh, my goodness. Yeah.
At least half your body weight in water is what you should do. Things have changed throughout the years, right? It used to be supplements, and all. And I know we're talking about hydration, but no, I don't really believe in wasting a lot of money on supplementation unless, I'm in the lab industry, right? I'm in diagnostic testing.
Yes.
And I do know that certain vitamins and minerals are of importance to your not mental health. I mean, vitamin D. If you don't have enough vitamin D, you could literally go schizophrenic. Okay.
Yeah.
Those things are important, but your pre-workout, nah. I think so many of those are going to be so processed. I wouldn't. But if you are truly working out and again doing enough cardio to where you're getting rid of a lot of electrolytes, that's on a different scale. And then you do need to start maybe supplementing some sodium with your water, and like a Gatorade or something.
Gotcha. And I specifically asked you that question because I wanted to hear more your clinical as opposed to, just me, some guy over on squat rack, saying, hey, what are you taking all that other stuff for when that's not really necessary. So I appreciate you going that route.
No,
I need to improve and not drink all this coffee myself. But what was that?
Have you ever seen the document on, let's say it's a weight loss drug, right? Take this, it'll help you shred pounds. But when you really do and see the analysis, if you're doing it right, you might lose like I don't remember what it was, like a quarter of a pound a week or per month. Are you really the cost analysis of that is ridiculous. You're going to spend that much money for a quarter of a pound?
It's crazy.
No.
Instead of putting in the work, instead of just going in there, putting in the work, you're gonna try to go at it cheap. Well, not cheap. Try to go in and quick and dirty, right? And nothing worthwhile is going to come easy like that.
It doesn't. And I will say the water for those, and my focus has always been mostly women in weight loss, things like that, because I know what a struggle it is, especially with hormones. I will say it is documented. If you do not drink enough water, the weight will not come off. Wow. I don't know what the science is about that, but it is true. You have to drink your water.
Maybe I should pause and go get me another glass of water, just in case, right? Okay, that's perfect. That's good to know. See, so folks, take your notes, take your thermos full of water there. Leave the flavored pre-workouts and other weird BCAAs at home, or don't even buy them. Right? Talk to me a little bit about types of exercises that you focus on, that you do. I've been looking and researching because I try to stay educated. Yoga versus, again, the classes, anything particular that you think in terms of, again, mixing up your sessions when you go out. Hot Pilates, not hot yoga was the one that I was looking at. Yeah.
So, Bikram yoga.
Okay.
I actually really like it.
Okay.
I like it. The school of thought right now is if you're really trying to do something specific at the gym, right? Let's say you've gone in and you're doing what I was talking about, your back and bis, chest tries. That's my go-to. Keep doing that. Don't keep changing up because it's not working yet. You need to give it a good, 12 weeks, give it 3 months to really see some change, put in the effort.
Right.
That's that. The other, don't switch up your workout just to do yoga or just to do Pilates. But I'm talking about someone from that industry, just that workout industry, who's always going to the gym.
Right.
I'm not one who's just always gone to yoga.
Right.
I don't necessarily fit in with the yoga crowd.
That sounds like we may have a whole nother show right there.
We
can dive into that after the cameras go off, for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah. But it's important. And I do like the hot yoga. I have never in my life sweated so much during Bikram yoga, ever.
Wow.
But as we were talking the other day, right? It was during this time, mental health, in taking care of you,
right,
your audience. It is what works for you to reduce your stress level after the day is done, and find it. If it's only going to be kickboxing, well, dang it, go out and do it. I remember a friend of mine, she went out and started doing some belly dancing thing. I'm like, girl, if that's what you like, go do it.
Go do it.
Find a golf. Find someone who can teach you where you feel comfortable with it, but do something for yourself. Just like people say, journal every day. Get out there. Besides the workout, this is mental health, and do what you need to do to take care of yourself. I just happen to be in the workout industry, was a trainer for a very long time, and that's what I know.
let's go down that path, right? I'm curious to know if there's been changes in mentality and changes kind of in guidance since you were in the industry versus now. You know, are folks saying from a nutrition perspective, maybe change up what you're eating, or is it more, 3 days on, 4 days off, that kind of thing? Is it more of a regimen? Have you seen a lot of changes within the industry in and of itself then versus today?
In my 30 plus years, right? Not a lot has changed, which is good. That means we really did know something starting out. What you put in your body, 1.5 times your weight in protein, and the rest is filled with carbs and fats. Workouts are still the workout, except what used to be, hey, you go in and do 3 sets, and you would either, decrease your reps and increase your weight, or there's all things you can do with that. But it used to be 3 sets. Now, everyone in the past few years is doing 4 sets, except those guys who were, off doing Mr. Olympia. That's different. Some of them go lots and lots of sets. But for the regular person, things have gone to 4 sets.
Okay. 4 sets of 10 or 12 with max max weight.
Max, exactly, which should be for women. It's, the lowest rep that you should be doing is probably 8.
Okay.
5 to 8, something like that. That hasn't changed, but the sets have changed, which is, I don't like that. I was really good with 3.
you were fine ending early. Let me. How do you track your activities? Do you use? I'm gonna say, are you old school and just go with the spiral notebook, or are you using any technology, any app? So you're the one there with the hold on, with the notebook there, writing it down with the big pen and everything, right?
How did you know? Look, I was the last one, I think, with, what was it? An iPod?
Yes. I
Yeah,
saw a
everyone else
guy
was
with
doing
an
their phone.
iPod shuffle yesterday
Yeah.
at the gym, and
Oh,
I
awesome.
stopped him and I was like, dude, you know how much of a relic this is and how valuable this thing is. Don't ever lose it. Yeah, he had one of the little iPod shuffles.
That was good times there.
Man,
But yes, I do the spiral, and um, always try and do better every time I go.
good point.
If I only hit 8, yeah, it's not necessarily changing the weight one time. It's changing how many reps I did, so I know that my strength has gone up.
Hmm. I love that because that's accountability, right? And that's, yeah, you got a plan, but when you write it down, in my mind, it becomes a goal as well, and you're able to actually track your progress and have something to look forward to. So you're not always going to reach it. You're gonna strive to get there every time, obviously, but and each time, if you start crossing it off and saying, yeah, this time I did 8, 9, or 10, this time I did 20, 30, or 45 pounds, whatever. That's good for the mental state as well, because not only do you know you physically did it, but you mentally, that you actually have accomplished that task. So that's I'm all technology though. I'm weird like that, and it's
No,
just
it feels good. It feels good to actually know that you could, I don't know, you go from a 20-pound, lift to like, oh my God, I got the 25s out.
it's,
Yeah, I'm going.
love it. I love it.
And never be afraid to ask for a spot. Most people are really happy to help.
Yeah, yeah. Well, the I think the real gym folks are right. I mean, you get the pretenders that are coming in there and they're trying, like I say, I call them, they're trying to impress themselves, and no one's looking. But we're always there's no eyes out there. It's all about the team, and it's all about helping each other grow. That's that's the that's how I walk in. I don't know. I will make fun
That's
of
how
people.
I walk in.
I will.
Although I do feel bad for some of the people who don't go in because they don't know where to start.
Yes.
You know what? If you don't know where to start, you tell them to contact me, because I will tell them where to start.
Love it.
I hate that for anybody.
Yeah.
It's not fair.
Yeah. Especially you've made that initiative to walk through the door, right? Either get a
Ugh.
membership, you made the initiative to walk through the door, and now you're looking at all this complex equipment and not knowing how to and what to, and that what the focus is for whatever piece of equipment is. That can be discerning, and I hesitate to go up and when I see that, and try to help someone because I don't want to be that guy interrupting. But then again, you see someone. I will say if it ever looks like they're hurting themselves or probably going to hurt themselves, then I will interject, and I have done that a couple of times. But for the most part, I hope that the gym staff is walking around and will help somebody out, but yeah,
I'm the same, but I really have gone up to a couple women before.
is that right?
Only a couple. Only when I really knew that it looked like they were struggling.
Yeah.
And they were appreciative, and then they kept coming back up to me during my workout. But okay,
Sign them up now as new clients, right? Yeah. Sylvia's my new personal trainer, so here's that. Just Venmo me every week and for my services. I love it. I love it. Let me see this. Are you morning, evening? Does it matter to you in terms of the time you go in and actually do some training in terms of when your mental state and your body is ready to go and exert this effort? Or do you think
Yes.
there's a science piece behind that as well?
I don't think there's necessarily a science piece. I think that there is a mental piece in your specific day, right? So I get up and I have a job, and then I have a personal life. If I tell myself, I'm going to go after work, that call comes in, hey, let's meet up. Let's go out for a drink
or two. It's not going to
my
happen.
focus isn't going to be competing anymore. It's I'm going to go get that drink. So I'm mentally better. My body's physically better working out after work. I get more out of it after I've had a couple meals. But I will do it if I schedule the time in the morning. And okay. I don't care if it's less of a workout. It's better to have done something than nothing. So morning time is for me.
I like that quote there. I might put that on t-shirt somewhere.
I don't even know what I said. Don't ask me to repeat
it. It'll be in the replay for sure. It'll be in the replay.
Okay, awesome.
Are you prefer quiet? Do you prefer music, or do you listen to like podcasts when you train? Now we're getting into it, right? Because I got to know this one. This is
really oh God!
I'm actually instigating because I may know, but I want this to come out.
Oh, I want to know what you think.
I think you're more. I don't know. Hold on. Let me step back. Let me pull that back. I'm a mixture, so I'm a mixture. I have to have something that's not the gym's music system coming through my head because I can't vibe with that. So I'll either have my playlist that I have, and I'll share that it's shared on Apple Music and it's shared on Spotify. But I'll also listen to podcasts as well. So just depending on the mood of the day.
I will tell you right now.
Come on, what do you got?
The
Till
latest.
I Collapse with Eminem #1. That's
So it depends, and I like food. I get stuck on the same thing for a very long time until I decide to change.
Yeah.
So right now I have a playlist with Missy Elliott.
Okay.
But then I go from Missy Elliott to Slipknot.
I know
that has some dope on it.
Yeah.
Some Pantera, some Hell Yeah, Static X, Head PE. Yeah. That's kind of
you gonna
that's
be
right.
All right. Okay. You walk in with an attitude, right? People like here comes Cyvia. Y'all better watch out. Get away from the leg press because Cyvia's coming in the room.
Just know that when I come in, people don't understand. I am only 5 feet tall. Okay, so there's a lot compacted in this, and I don't mess around. And I will A fight. A fight. I ask questions later.
I love it. We're gonna have to work something out. I may be on the left side, or you may be on the right coast, but you know what? We gonna work something out to where we meet up somewhere in the middle, and we.
That's
Uh,
right.
am I going to be in Austin? Oh, we'll figure something out. We're gonna work something out to where we can be in there in the gym lifting some weights together. I love that.
I know some other people might want to come work out with us, and we're going to go get cocktails afterwards. It's all good.
First round of drinks on me. That's right.
Hey, I have seen. At this point in life, I also will reach out to my guy.
Yeah.
I think I've sent you his information before, Hassan.
Yes.
And I have every once in a while I'll hire him just to crack the whip because I just don't feel like pushing myself that extra set or doing something a little bit different. And it's nice to have that. So he will Saturdays, he has a group, right? He'll have a group of 20 people going. So I can see that happening where we just get all the crew together and have one big workout, and then it'll be a weekend deal. Hey, the James Hicks workout deal in Austin. Okay.
You set it up. Make it happen. Make sure that the weather is right. Because I'm soft now. It's been a while since I've been in the snow or inclement weather. So I need to, I need the weather right before I get out there and start exerting too much energy.
Okay.
We'll
do it later.
Yes. What do you think is missing from, I'm gonna say, the age demographic, right? Again, you'll see kind of the younger folks. You'll see kind of more seasoned folks going in and training, and I like to say more training as opposed to just weightlifting or anything like that. Just going in and training the body. What is missing from the younger folks in terms of proper form, proper etiquette, proper utilization of movement of the body, right? Again, from a kinesiology perspective. So bringing it back to your training versus, and also what's missing, you think, from the older, more seasoned folks? I mean, is it again just? I'm not even going to answer it, but what do you think is probably a biggest disparity between the generational gaps?
People willing to help.
Wow.
Before the cell phone and before Instagram and before everyone was all up in their phone, people were talking to people. And when I was working at a gym, we really didn't have all the trainers around. We were really there. Yeah, we'll take you can hire us, but we absolutely were supposed to go out and help people.
Yeah.
And if we saw them doing improper form, we helped them. If they wanted us to help them stretch, we would help them. You didn't have to pay us to do that. It was our job. And now, I'll go on an elevator and I won't know a stranger. Today, if you go to the gym, they do not know how to go up to you and talk to you and help you. That's the biggest unfortunate thing that I'm seeing today. Everyone goes in and they are alone completely and scared to ask someone for help, and no one will go up to them and offer assistance. Maybe they don't know. Maybe today's day and age, they don't train the people who are working there. Maybe they're just paying them to work the front desk.
Yeah.
And that's it. But it's unfortunate because people want the help. Aw, that made me sad.
I mean that's an interesting point, and I feel the exact same way. I see the same unfortunate circumstances, and I just wonder what we can make a difference. How can what's something that we can do to help with that? Right? Is it filling out the old school survey and saying, hey, help someone that looks like they're in need, or what? I blame social media a lot of times, and I'm glad that you actually brought that up. The advent of mobile technology, having information all the time. I see both positives and negatives to just this instant on, always aware society that we live in. But I think we miss that one-on-one communication, that one-on-one conversation, and that tie-in with our fellow human being if we, again, are always looking at the latest TikTok or the latest Instagram or whatever the case may be, instead of helping Cyvia out if she needs a spot.
They even have most places, not just a gym, they're going to have their little, how can we do better?
Yeah.
Tell
Yeah.
us
Yeah.
what you think. But there's no feedback regarding those, right? If I've ever filled one out, I don't think anyone's ever contacted me about, hey, we're implementing this.
Yeah.
There's been no change. If I own a gym and I have a Facebook account or an Instagram account, and I've asked my members, what is it that you want? You know what? I'm going to post, hey, these were the top such and such ideas that we have. Put in your vote.
Yeah.
I just think it's important to have everyone's feedback and make them feel important. I tell you what, if you go to someone's house, guarantee you 9 out of 10 times, people in their own homes, when they live with family members, don't feel important.
Wow.
I live by myself, so I'm okay. My dogs feel me every day.
You got the dog and the cat there. You're good. Oh
But
my
I
God.
think it's important. People, I feel bad for people who go home and don't feel that.
Yeah.
Just they're going about their day and don't feel appreciated for what they bring to the table or get recognized for who they are, just being alive. So, yeah, I pay attention and respond and appreciate.
See, there we go. Right, brought it to the social impact piece right there. I kind of set you up on that, right? But and you took it and ran with it, hit the home run for sure. Because that's again that raising the level of the conversation. Yeah, folks, we're talking about making sure that you train your body, that you move your body, and you do it effectively, you do it the right way, you do it consistently. But at the end of the day, make sure you look out for yourself and you look out for your neighbor, right? Look out for the
Yes.
ones that you care about, the ones that are within your sphere of influence, the ones under your roof, right? Just make sure you have love and respect for them. So I'm glad you went to that place with that particular question. Thank you for that. Yeah.
I remember when I was thinking about this conversation, it was water, cardio, weightlifting, stretching, whatever you
Mm-hmm.
do, you can get down on the floor at home and you can stretch. I think that's important in people, and people do forget to do that. And sleep. Did I say that?
No,
Sleep.
you got to. Yeah, it's true. There you go.
Wherever it takes.
So you get
Go.
more respect for sleep the little older you get. Right?
Yes.
I will
Yes.
say that you appreciate naps um, as you get a little bit more seasoned.
Are
I don't
they
say
not the
older.
best?
I say seasoned, not older. Yeah.
Like we're like wine, man, or cheese.
Something like that. Something. I don't. Again, I don't know, man. So what are you working on? You gonna do some training this week? What's yeah? It's only Monday. So as we close, tell the folks what you're going to be focused on in terms of your training and your nutrition for this. What is the second week of March?
So my focus is the weight loss after COVID.
Mm.
Yeah, 10 pounds. What are
Okay.
the 10? Water's the most important thing for me. Um, it's what I can it's what I can do.
Yeah.
Should be easy enough, but it's not. So I do have to focus on that. And I have to know how much I'm drinking in the morning, how much I'm drinking in the evening, so I can monitor out throughout the day. My diet is caloric deficit.
Okay. Yeah.
Whatever that means to whomever, if that is within 4 meals a day, 3 meals a day, whatever works for that individual. For me, I usually do 3 to 4 meals and keep it around. I know you're not supposed to go underneath 1200. So it's about that,
Mm-hmm.
right?
And removing the process piece out of it, right? The
I
process
don't
yeah.
I don't eat any, but I've been doing this so long. It is chicken,
Yeah.
vegetables. I will do now. I never did yogurt before, but I'll do the plain Greek yogurt.
Yes.
And well, okay. So I said you need 1 to 1.5 times your weight in protein, right? So I need about 120 grams of protein every day. Sometimes that's easy, sometimes that's hard. So at the end of the day, if I don't have enough protein, I will do at that point a scoop of protein powder in my
Okay.
yogurt.
Okay.
that shouldn't be your main thing. You should be chewing and eating real food to get vitamins and minerals. But yeah, that's what I do. So
That's why the supplements are called supplements to supplement the real food. I
that's
like that.
exactly right. And then at the gym, it's you could get into the details here, but I believe that the weightlifting comes first
Yes.
and the cardio comes after. So you work out all the glycogen stores and then blah blah blah. Then you go into your fat zone and then you get rid of the additional fat. Okay, so I won't get into that.
No, see, next session I'll have you with like a whiteboard, and you'll draw all that out, right, to make it
Oh
just
Lord,
crystal clear and plain for everyone, so that there's no confusion at all, right?
oh God. I just all I think in my mind is BMI and the scale and all the no.
Some of those numbers don't pay attention to. So,
Some of them really don't.
you know what I mean? Yeah. So, and we can definitely, we could have a whole separate conversation, and we probably will, because again, I think folks get caught up in some of those scale numbers and not realizing that muscle weighs more than fat, and just, if the number is tracking one direction and you're actually training and you're taking care of yourself, then you may stay pretty close, or maybe going up on that particular number, but movement. I think that's the kind of the way we started ideas to foster effective movement within the body. Yeah.
Get outside, go do something, go to the gym, just do something. And hopefully, you know what helps? Have a partner.
Yeah.
I don't to go with.
Yeah.
It would be nice, to motivate each other. But I do have a friend who we text every morning. You have a good day, make it the best day. Make sure you're good to yourself. Drink your water. Watch what you eat if that's what's important to you.
Yeah.
Have the accountability partner.
I'm gonna hit you up with that text tomorrow morning at I don't know when. Well, I told you I'm going to the gym tonight at midnight. I'm gonna hit you with a midnight text and tell you if I made it. It'll be a picture if I actually make it. That'll be.
I need the person using the adductor abductor machine.
Yeah, folks, you don't want to know about that, but yeah, there are some interesting characters sometimes. But yeah, I will. I'm gonna do that. I'm just gonna wake you up in the middle of the night, midnight. And I'm gonna send you that picture from the gym when I go hit it tonight at midnight. Sylvia, this was awesome, right? Again, because I want to have the conversations that kind of resonate, the conversations that rise above the noise, that give people edutainment, right? Give you the information that you need to be better, information that you need to live a more prosperous life, and just take care of yourself, take care of the ones around you. And this really started to hit some of those areas. I know you say you don't post a lot on social media, but you do have your account, and I'm gonna make sure that it's included in the description, so folks can reach out to you should they have any questions and they want to get back in touch with you. All right.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it. This was fun. I know we're kind of it was a lot. Next time we'll dive a little bit,
Oh no, you're gonna have the whiteboard. No, yeah. If I have to, I'll ship you a whiteboard and some dry erase pens where we'll actually do that. Yeah, right on that big wall that you got right behind you. We're gonna have a class. Yeah. Sylvia, be good to yourself.
Okay.
Appreciate you. Now, be good. All right.
Thank you.
Bye bye.